Hello, my name is Veronica Wozniak, and this is my presentation on the topic of the usage of animals in zoos and circuses and why they should be replaced with alternative methods of performance. Today I will be presenting my argument on why the usage of animals in zoos and circuses should be replaced with alternative methods of performance. My reasons are because animals should have the same rights and liberties as humans. In addition, treatment of animals in zoos and circuses are often cruel and demeaning. Lastly, keeping animals out of the wild leads to greater dangers for their species. Now I will demonstrate my knowledge on the subject matter and explain why my arguments are cogent. I will firstly explain the validity of my main argument and then show why the premise of my main argument can be explained by a relevant sub-argument. If animals have rights, then animals should not be used for the purposes of entertainment such as in zoos and circuses. Animals have rights. Therefore, animals should not be used for the purposes of entertainment. The main argument is deductively valid because its argument form matches one of the legitimate logical forms, modus ponens. This valid argument is cogent because the content expressed in its premises is relevant to its conclusion, and its factuality is supported by the sub-arguments as shown below. If animals have rights, then the entertainment industry should find substitute performers/methods of providing entertainment to audiences. If the entertainment industry found substitute performers/methods of providing entertainment to audiences, then animals would not have to be used for the purposes of entertainment. Therefore, if animals have rights, then animals should not be used for the purposes of entertainment. The sub-argument warrants the factuality of the main argument because the sub-argument is a deductively valid argument and also supports the first premise of the main argument. The validity of the sub-argument is because its argument form matches one of the legitimate logical forms, hypothetical syllogism. Now I will present a counter-argument in order to show the opposing sides of our argument against my original main argument. If we use zoos as sources of education instead of entertainment, then animals will still have rights. We have zoos that provide education instead of entertainment, such as the National Zoo. Animals still have rights. The counter-argument is deductively valid as well because its argument form matches one of the legitimate logical forms, modus ponens. Next, I will be analyzing the pros and cons of each argument that has been presented. Within my main argument, it can be generalized to a broader scope with animals such as usage of animals in medical and experimental treatments. Those animals also have the same rights and liberties as animals in the entertainment industry that are still treated just as, if not more, inhumanely. The treatment of animals in entertainment may not seem to be severe. However, the detrimental effects of these conditions on animals can be long-lasting. However, there have been zoos such as the National Zoo in Washington, D.C., that have partnered with the World Wildlife Fund in order to preserve the world's biological diversity. There have also been a few circuses that are animal-free and use only human performers for their shows. Now I will discuss the factuality of my main argument by presenting research on the topic. It has been argued over whether animals have the same rights as humans. This issue is touched upon by Tom Beauchamp, who argues that in order for animals to have rights, they must first have moral standing. That is, they have properties that qualify them for the protections of morality. Beauchamp states that animals do indeed have a moral standing, and as such, it should follow that animals do have rights. Continuing on, if animals do have rights, then it should follow that their usage in the entertainment industry should be replaced. According to the American Medical Association, investigators have a moral obligation to use alternatives to animals whenever possible for research purposes. If animals are to be treated humanely in medical practices, then it should follow suit that the entertainment industry should also find substitutes for animals in their shows. In certain zoos and circuses, the treatment of animals is often downright abhorrent, including lions who had been found grossly underweight and had 3 large head wounds. When asked about the lions' conditions, a trainer commented that the weight was a side effect of stress from the long periods of travel that are made by the circus. In another instance, the infamous Ringling Brothers Circus was reported to have used bullhooks in order to elicit tricks from the elephants that were performing. Such treatment is cruel and demeaning to these animals, as they do have a sense of pain and can understand it. Furthermore, there has been evidence that the captivity of exotic animals can lead to a decrease in health compared to their wild-born counterparts. This was shown in a study in which equids were given a non-abrasive diet, which led to serious consequences in their oral health, such as incisors being held apart, so the animals were unable to graze effectively. In the same study, it was also found that only animals who had been held in captivity had developed osteoarthritis, which can lead to a decrease in activity and eventually compromise them if they were to be let go into the wild. In conclusion, animals should have the same rights as humans, as they have the same moral standing and biological makeup. Because of this, animals should be protected from cruel and demeaning labors, such as that of the entertainment industry. It is possible for these businesses to use substitute methods for their shows, as seen with animal-free circuses, or using animals for education purposes only, seen with the National Zoo. If not, the health of the animals can start to decline, leading to further problems if released into the wild, including decrease in energy and problems with dental health. These are my resources that I found for my research, and then these are the questions that I have for my peers. Thank you.